and welcome to Crochet 101 with me, Athena. So, as you could have guessed by the title of this video, we are going over the differences between the joining method and the magic ring method. And if you don't know how to do either, that is totally okay, because I am here to help you and will guide you through every step of the process. If you would like to crochet along, I would love that. Just make sure you have some yarn, a hook, and some scissors ready. And if not, that is okay too. There is absolutely no judgment here. First, let's talk about joining. Joining involves creating a slip knot and then starting a certain number of stitches, or chain stitches as we like to call them. The number of stitches usually depends on the stitch that you're working with. For example, if you were to do a single crochet, you would probably only chain one. That way, when you loop it back into the original starting slip knot, you give yourself a very small space to work with as you add more chains around and around. Here's an example. Alright, so when you're ready, grab your yarn and you are going to make a slip knot. So just like in the other video that I made a few days ago, which I will link below in the description if you haven't seen it, it's about basic stitches, you're going to make a slip knot. So we're just going to pull that right there, tighten it up, and put it around the hook and pull the tail, and there we have our slip knot. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, yarn over, and we're going to chain one. Now usually you only want to chain one because you want this to be very small. So we're going to go right back in and we're going to do a little slip stitch through both. You can definitely chain more than one, but this is how you get kind of like the smallest hole and you don't really have to worry about it that much. So what we're going to do now is, now that we've created this, I'm going to do one row of single crochets. So we're going to chain one again, just for that, and then we're going to go into our first stitch right there, and we're going to do a single crochet. And again, if you don't know how to do that, I have a video, and it will be the same video, and it will be linked below. So we're going to do a single crochet right there, and then we're going to go around. Let's say we do 4 of these. So that was 1, this is 2, and this just creates kind of a little ring. You can see that right there. Now we're going to do 3, and I am doing this all in basically the same stitch since we only have 1 stitch. And then we're going to do 1 more, which is 4, and we technically have 5 because of the chain 1. And there we go. So this cannot be pulled any tighter. That is one of the big disadvantages of this method because you can't close this all the way. There's still a little bit left. But this is a great method and you could just keep adding on and increasing from here, which I will be doing a video next week about how to increase and decrease in both the round and flat work. And there you have it. You have just created your first joined method loop right here with a round of single crochets. And to close this, you would just slip stitch right into the last stitch that you made. So just yarn over and pull through both of those right there. The only problem with this method, while it is great for beginners, you can't really pull on the tail to close the hole. So as you can see, there's still like a tiny little hole, and usually you're not really going to care about that, but if you're making something that you're wanting to stuff, or if you're making something that you might want to sell, it looks a little bit more professional to have it fully closed, which is where the second method, or the magic ring method, comes in. So let's talk about the magic ring method. The magic ring method is a little bit different than the joining method. It involves creating a few loops around your fingers, creating a tail that you can tighten the loop with, and creating single, double, triple, or any sort of stitch. The magic ring method may seem a little bit unfamiliar, a little bit scary, but once you get the hang of it, it's going to become your best friend. The magic ring method allows you to fully close that little loop in the center, making your projects look more professional. And if you're making something with stuffing, such as amigurumi, maybe a circular pillow, anything that's circular, it's going to look that much better and nothing's going to come out of it. So what we're going to do is we are going to take this with 2 fingers and we're gonna take our yarn and we're gonna wrap over so the tail side is sticking out like this. And you wanna make sure that you leave enough room. And you're gonna take the top, which is the tail end, and pull it down through the bottom, making something that looks like an A almost. So now that you have this, you're gonna chain 1 because you wanna make sure that this stays on. Some people don't do this, but I do it just for a little extra precaution. Now it's gonna look something like this. And then we can do 5 again, 5 single crochets, just like we did before. Ready? So we're gonna go underneath. We're gonna yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both. And do it again, that's 4. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both. Now we have 3 left. All right, ready? We're gonna go under, yarn over, pull through, and pull through both. All right, so now we have 2. Under, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both. 1 more. You are doing phenomenal. So we're gonna under, yarn over, and we're gonna yarn over again and pull through. So now we have our 5 stitches, and we're gonna just take this tail right here and we're gonna pull it. And you see how that just pulls right through? And you pull, and then you have a very tiny loop. And the way you're gonna wanna close this is the same with the other. You're just gonna slip stitch into that first stitch that you made, just like that. Just gonna slip stitch into that first stitch, and you're gonna do a slip stitch, just like that, and pull. And now you have, as you can see, there is 0 hole right there. There is 0 way any stuffing is getting out. And that's why I prefer this method. I also prefer it for hats, for circular blankets, pillows. I just think it looks a lot more professional, but definitely it is always up to your artistic choice because crochet is a beautiful art and there are absolutely 0 rules. As long as you are making something, it is a beautiful, wonderful idea to do. And to further clarify, I did decide to make 2 little pieces that are made with either the joining method, as you can see, it's got a little hole in it, or the magic ring or magic circle method, which looks a little more even, but honestly, I could see how these applications would look great with multiple different types of projects, and I think it's best left up to your decision. Overall, I think it's best to learn and practice both of these methods so your mind stays sharp and it's full of wonderful tools in order to help you complete any crochet project that you come across. After today's video, I hope that you have the confidence to go out there and choose whatever method works best for you and create beautiful, wonderful projects. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. You've made it this far in the video, and I would love to see you back here very soon. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and learned from it. Your support means the absolute world to me, and it allows me to keep teaching so I can help everybody create the projects of their dreams. And until next time, happy making!